My goodness. Hello, 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 hello. So, tonight is going to be more of a chill night. Let me turn down some of the music. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Hi, hello. Happy Sunday. It is currently Super Bowl Sunday. I don't know if they're still playing. I don't know if anyone won. I don't watch football. But, I wanted to change it up. I'll be back with Fields of Mystria tomorrow, most likely. But, I've been really excited to play MakeRoom because I love designing rooms and designing interiors and exteriors. So this game is right up my alley, and it has the most soothing soundtrack I have ever heard in a designing game. I am in love with it. I've played like 20 minutes, 25 minutes of it, and I've designed a room, which I will show you. But then I'm just gonna spend my night designing stuff and relaxing and chilling and probably not talking a lot because I'll be lost in the beautiful soundtrack and hyperfixating. I have some water tonight. I don't have any caffeine, so this'll be fun. I've been awake during the day like a normal person, so that with no caffeine, it's gonna be fun. And then I just checked. Zin is behind me. He's on my sofa. He's having a bath. He's gonna tuck in for a nap soon. I had to end stream early, very abruptly, last week because I gave myself food poisoning. So very cool, very awesome of me. I am doing much better now. Yesterday, my period was just kicking my whole ass. So stream did not happen yesterday. I took a nap at 7 p.m. And I woke up at 3 a.m. when stream was supposed to start around like 10. So that did not happen. So anyway, I'm here now. I'm here now, doing much better with water and ibuprofen. And I just had some oatmeal for dinner. So, woohoo. I think I'm going to keep the music volume on 70%. Just because it's surprisingly loud, which is perfect for when I'm playing this off stream and I'm just like hyperfixating. Because I just like get into this like zen zone. It's crazy. But not really conducive for streaming purposes. So there is a daily prompt, which I love. Today's is a cold industrial bathroom. Interesting. Might work with that. Might work with that. Might do the daily prompt. Might. Maybe. But let's go to Sandbox real quick. I love this so much. Let me show you the first one that I've done. Yes. This is the only one I've done so far. If you can't tell. Ignore all those sticking through it. This room is not done yet. I just wanted to put that out there. This room is not done. I wanted to put like clouds, maybe like a little window up here for like the sun and having sunlight come through. I'm not sure if I can do any sort of... Oh, there is a little bit of light that comes through. Oh, perfect. I was thinking something maybe like that. And then something kind of like a, are these light boxes? Is that what this? Oh, no, they're picture frames. Okay. Gonna remove that. I'm thinking maybe like clouds. That's my vibe. Hello, Clear Cryptic. Hello, hello. Oh, there's a birdhouse. Oh, I bet a birdhouse would look really cute on one of these. Maybe like right there. And then, hold on, let me zoom in. Thinking I'll shrink it a little bit. Maybe put it like right there. Eee! Perfect. Forest in your living room. It's a good place for your forest. Oh my god. Okay, so here's a little sprinkle of a lore drop. So I went to college for set design and themed entertainment. So sets for theater, like the backdrops. Props are like anything that the actor or actress would interact with. Any sort of setting, that was my major. And then themed entertainment is any sort of entertainment, such as like theme parks, themed hotels, themed experiences, anything that had a theme to it, like some sort of like IP theme. And my main, it's like my, how do I put this? My calling card, I guess, like my niche, was I would always bring the outdoors in. Since I was little, that has fascinated me. Like I wanted a fake tree with a little tree house in my bedroom. Growing up, like I like drew sketches of it. The rock discussion. Yes, like yes, exactly. And so like having like fake trees, like these were not, didn't have to be like real plants or anything. Like these would be like fake plants, fake trees. This would probably be like sort of like fiberglass and then covered with texture, and it would feel real, but it wasn't real, and then brought in a decorative sense, has always been like my thing. I like it just oh, I love it. It just like makes my brain tingle. So that has always been my calling card, basically. All my themed entertainment projects that I turned in college were always something like that. My final that I did, my final that I got an A on, by the way, fantastic job for me, was so interesting to me. I carried it over multiple classes and it was part of my final senior project. So I, as like a concept, I created different hotel rooms. This would be in like a resort of some sort, like a Disney World-esque resort, themed hotel rooms based around the telling of the tale Hamlet. And my favorite room was Ophelia's Glade, which, if you know the story, is actually kind of dark. That's where they find her floating in the water. But it was like this, like if this was like the room for it, the bed would be here in the corner, and there's like this giant weeping willow just like over the bed with like a canopy, and then all the weeping willow leaves, the strands would create a canopy. And then the carpet would be like a very plush carpet that almost looked like grass, but it was like very soft and fluffy. And there would be like a fake river, quote unquote, that was running through the water, running through the ground here. But it was actually like an epoxy flooring. That was like my thing, and there'd be like little trees, and there'd be like a forest, and so that it was so interesting to me that I carried that concept through and did like sketches and like room plans. There was a bathroom that would be attached that was like these series of like stepping stone pools almost of like a bath, and then the shower was built into like this giant tree sculpture. And I did like floor plans, I did drafting for it, I did like CAD drafting. And that is just like my thing. That's like a really long tangent of yes, the more trees and the outdoors that I can bring inside, the happier a person I am. And actually, since thinking about that, I'm thinking maybe I can make some fake trees here in my office around me. Maybe kind of hard because the ceiling slants, but I could probably make it work. Perhaps I will do that one day. But anyway, I'm getting so sidetracked. I really want some clouds in here. I don't really know how to describe it. It needs to feel... Is that garland, I think? Kind of... Oh my god, there's already clouds. I don't have to go and make them. Alright, let's plop a few of these bad boys in here, and we're gonna stretch them a bit. Broken mirrors, solid mirrors. Oh, little... It's like a cuckoo clock, but also kind of like a shelf. Interesting. Put some fish up. Think around with some fish. Some nice shelves. Padding. Okay, let's work with this. Let's work with this. Alright. Let's do... Let's get some of... How long can I... Oh, I can make this really long, actually. Okay. Alright. I see you. I don't think that's probably a good fit for that one, but... I'll scooch that a little bit. Let's squish this just a little bit. I wonder... that kind of clips. Let me just bring this out a little bit. Long cloud, yes. Incorporating outdoor aesthetics indoors is nice. Some is painted like a birch forest, so I get it. Oh, yes. Exactly. Long sitting cloud and wire switch on cloud, please. I definitely want to give a little bit of variation. And... Let me switch my camera mode. There we go. That's a little more what I'm looking for. I want to flatten that a little bit. Okay, that's more the vibe. I keep this one thicker, but I'm gonna make this one a little bit thinner as well. I think I'm actually gonna copy this one. Let's bring in a few like that. Oh, that's better. Okay. All right, we're getting one. Let me move this over just a little bit. There. There. I wonder if I should put any on this. Oh, I should probably put one on this side, maybe. Actually, let me move this over just a little bit. Put one like right there. And then... maybe one like right there. Like that. Like that. I want this side to be a little bit darker. Just because, like, this is gonna be like the quote-unquote sun. It's like all bright and shiny and more like the top of a mountain here. That's like the vibe I'm getting. And then like more of a dense forest coming in here on this side. But it's also like a little bit of a diorama, so I'm not trying to put things on the edge here. I feel like I could maybe get something hanging from here though. Maybe... Oh, I have an idea. I don't necessarily have to use these like everything else. Some pillars. Oh, we had fences the whole time. Probably could have used that instead of this. That's fine. Ladders. Ooh. These are glass windows, it looks like, or ceiling stuff. Stairs. I'm looking for something a bit more organic. I wonder if I can get that from carpets. Okay, that's kind of what I'm looking for. Not quite, but close. Okay, I have to work on this camera. Come on. There we go. Oh, okay. That swaps it back. No, that is just, it's not the vibe. I need something a little bit more circular. I'm looking for kind of like almost like a bean shape that can fit in that corner. What if I can get a table? Just like clip it through the ground. I know there's custom. What on earth is custom? Accessories. Balloons. That's cool. Looks like cobwebs, I think. Love that. Oh, little mushroom guy. Oh, I say little mushroom guy, but he's quite chunky actually. Let me swap camera mode. Oh. Okay, I was trying to put him... Alright, he'll go right there for right now. That's adorable. Okay, that's kind of more the vibe. Kind of like a splat. I do like Mushroom Buddy. Look at him, he's so small. We also have quote-unquote Legos, but also not Legos because they're a name brand. And then trains, and that's wow, that's the end of it. See what I can do with the splat. It's really not it either. Anything interesting in desks? No. Alright. Different plan. Different plan. Carpets. A little massive. We'll just, yeah, knock it down a little bit. We can move it like that. How do I spin it once I've already put it down? Oh, that's how. A little bit harder than I expected. I wish I could just trim some of that. I wonder if I can take... No. Full colors. Let's go with let's just go with green. All the pieces on this be the same color green. Just green. I want this pretty tall. More of it like that. And then... oh, what about... maybe the... little bits of... are they all the same size? They are. Okay. Thinking we're gonna grab some of those, maybe a little bit of that. You know, I guess I could have just used some of this and just put them around like that instead. I'll just set that to the side right now. We also have lily pads, but I'm not worried about lily pads right now. Like a succulent kind of vibe. I'm feeling more succulents. Not really feeling that one. Maybe I could... oh, I can stick this on the side if I want. Put it like up there. Oh, I could do like a canopy coming down, coming over. Oh, we've wow, we can just add a water feature. Oh, that's sick. I'm gonna throw up. This is amazing. I don't think I really need rocks anywhere. Alright, let's work with what I got. So my plan for this, or my idea for this, was stick that there. Make it pretty large. And then swap its color over to green. Maybe just a hint darker. Maybe. And then maybe like so you know what? I'm gonna stick it with the regular green for right now. Just basic by itself green. Put that right there, right in between. Change that color. Actually, you know what? I'm not as much of a fan of that green. Stick it back at its normal. It's the same color it normally is. What color is that? Not so sure about all of that. Let me try these tiny little purple blooms. Honestly, I have half the mind to just get rid of that whole bit right there. You know what? I'm not a fan. Oh, if I hit backspace, it's undo. I'm learning so much. Alright, I'm just gonna get rid of that. I like that little bit of that little pile of like dirt kind of right there. I like that. We are gonna keep that. That's the vibe right now. I can do it different times of day. Just looks like Saturn. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. Cool. More of a nighttime. Oh, sunset. Daytime. Bright early morning. I know, isn't it cozy? Have a good sleep. Thank you so much for stopping by. I think I can add sparkles. So I can add effects. I can add fireflies. But instead of fireflies, what about just... Oh, it's like a salt lamp. Any sort of whimsical lights? None that I see yet. That's kind of the vibe, but also kind of not. Just have an orb. Glowing. Oh, kind of like stars, but also kind of like fireflies. Oh, that's pretty cute, actually. I think those are pumpkins. Tiny little lanterns, I think. Bats, of course. I have no idea what the difference between these and those are. They look the exact same. Hello, hello, hello! Wonder if I could just maybe turn. Okay, let's just plop that right there for a second. Getting close. Wonder, can I just like stick this in there? Like that can be like, kind of like a nightlight. We're seeing the vision. We're seeing the vision a little bit. Oh, I can change the sounds. Rain sound? Rain sound. Okay. Forest sound, frogs. Birds. About nighttime. Nighttime. Perfect. That's what I'm talking about for right now. I want light, but very natural feeling light. Which of these would work? If I could just like stick them up there. Little sconces coming off of the trees. I have some mushrooms here, and then here, and then here. Oh, it's behind my head. Right here. What if I put lights underneath them? Let me change the color of the outside. More of a subdued color. Perfect. There's candles, but I'm not like feeling candles. A little ball of light underneath those. Also those. And also those. It's not terrible. I don't hate that. I think it could be better. Let me try. Something that I stick. Let's make this super small. Plop that bad boy right there. Kind of like fireflies, maybe? Send it down there. And a tiny little piece. Oh, not that one. Just still not that one. Oh, I can change the color as well. We may have to play with that in just a second. Hide that down there in the grass. can change the color. Oh, I can change the color. I can also turn them on or off. I love that. I really want this to be smaller. Definitely more of the vibe. Teeny tiny. Now I can't select this bottom one. There we go. Thinking like maybe like right here. And then let's go to effects. These firefly-esque effects. Let's put them, actually, you know what? Let's put them right here. In the glass. Kind of coming through like dust motes almost. I vibe with that a lot more. We had tiny little tea lights. No. I floated around the idea of having like sconces against the walls here, against the trees. I'm really going for like more of a peaceful... There's a lava lamp. I love that. Oh. So many pets. A frog! A spider! I'll just put a little frog. Frog on the table. Perfect. I love everything about this. Everything about this. All this, perfection. I'm not a big fan of the lighting, I will say, but I think that's just more the vibe. You see it's like really bright, and then, okay, so we did that, and then we can see the sun start to go down, and then it starts getting more dim. There's quite the jump between sunset and like early twilight. Quite the jump. Still very nice though. Very nice. Anyway, that's more of the vibe. That's kind of what I'm going for. I like that. I like it quite a bit. Let me go ahead and save in the second slot. So we have first slot, which is during the day and there's not everything else that's around it. And then there's this one, which is more of the vibe. Oh, I love it. I love it. All right. Time for a different one. Menu. Yes. So I want to do the daily prompt. Gray Messy Cafe. Oh, right. Originally it was the bathroom, but it's now 12:12 in the morning. Gray, messy cafe. All right. Let's do a room. Let's do a room. All right. Sound, I'm feeling like a busy city kind of feel, like a metropolitan kind of feel. Background. Oh, I could also do giant mushrooms. Oh my god. Alright, I'm thinking kind of like a city, but not this loud kind of city. Let's do... Let's do a kind of rainy day city. Maybe that's more the vibe. Alright, and then we'll change the background color to blue. Nice blue color. Messy gray cafe. Alright. I need a door. I'm thinking a single door. When I think of cafe, I'm thinking like a door right there. Let me change this floor layout. Not that. This floor layout. And there's a way that I can click and drag the floor. There we go, I can just keep on adding to it. Let's do a square. Let's work with a square here. So I'm feeling more like right against, like right there. Floor color is gonna be more or less a gray. I'm thinking this shade of gray particularly, and then wall color. With lighter shade of gray. And then texture wise, I'm thinking brick. Not very heavy brick. Kind of gentle brick, if that makes any sort of sense. I can change all the colors of this door, I think. a piece that's not, doesn't have anything on the other side. And I also don't want this lip. Why is this so hard for some reason? is quite peaceful. You're very right. I have to imagine this is like a very basic cafe. Like, I'm not showing the kitchen. The kitchen would probably be like back here. This is more of the front facing cafe. Okay, cool. That doesn't exist. Okay. Oh, decoration. I think there just also happens to be a cauldron with the food stuff. to see that actually. Our little jack-o'-lanterns. Oh, that's precious. Oh, we can also change them to open as well. Okay, I feel like we have the gray part down. Now we need the messy part. make this messy. Picture the same room from the same perspective. I love it. I love that so much. Thinking maybe some shelves here. Refresh, change the color of that. Oops. Oh, they had a sign the whole time. I could have just put that up there instead of this whole thing. Good to know. Good to know. Like a little post-it note wall. Like a little cluttered post-it note wall. Some of these boxes. Those here. Like another open box over here. Doesn't really fit the vibe, but what if we put like a broom here? Like somebody's cleaning up. Actually, vibe it over here more. Like a broom over here for messes. Is a notepad, it looks like. Stick that right there. Sure, why not? Ooh, we had a pencil. Pencil that will shrink down a lot. What about some more cups? Perhaps each post is a misspelled name. Yeah. Or maybe like little doodles or something. Like you get the vibe. You get what I'm going for here. Alright, I already put this giant board over here. Add some more glasses of stuff. Because why not? Be like a tiny shelf here. Oops. Backs. Oh. Okay. I was trying to do. Let's bring that back up. Smaller. Squish that in just a little bit. It's good enough. Again, some really tiny, little potted like ivy or something like that. That's growing up there. Maybe some. Just get some of that going in there. That cat on the shelf. Oh, that would have been a good idea. Where else could I put a nice fat cat? Oh, wait, I have an idea. Where is this going to be? Are we seeing the vision? Are we seeing the vision? Let's do a little food and water bowl. I would say put one like right there. And move this up a little bit. There we go. Nice cozy little cat. Window time. Can I name them? Oh, I don't think so. I can change their coloring though. I'll make Nori. She's a completely black cat. That's Nori. She's just a little baby. Cozy. Is that her eye color? Is that what? Oh, it is! She has little green eyes. That'll sit right there. Oh, the manager was lost. Oh, God, you're so right. What if I make a teeny tiny little name tag? The tiniest little name tag anyone's ever seen. Oh, I think that'll be too big. gonna do a tiny little post-it note. Oh, just clipping through the cat. Okay, well, let's put her on the floor for a second. We'll put it right there next to her bed. We'll do that instead. Well, you can tell. I imagine this says manager. Or manager on duty or something. There we go. It's a little cafe. Like a nice rainy day. Oh, it's perfect. Let's see, what else? What else? It's not exactly practical, but let's put a little scratching post here in the corner. Just so you can have a little cozy time. I wonder if I can get tiny little like photos, like a little photo wall going on. Oh, it's for a corner piece. I was like, that's a very unique shaped piece of couch. Wait, that's not bad. It's not bad at all. Seriously, we have an antique shop like in a Ghibli movie. My soul is yours. God, isn't that a mood? We have like a little antique shop, like a Ghibli movie. I'll even take a little cafe, like a very slow cafe that somehow still pays rent, but I don't actually have to like worry about a lot of customers. Any of that's fine by me. Alright. Saved. And that is from the prompt. Which was Gray Messy Cafe. Ta! What are requests? Oh, there's requests? Oh! There's a request! Vampires welcome. Oh. Garden retreat, reading nook, spy headquarters, potion laboratory. Why do reading nook? Can't cook, so I'd rather sell magical junk or own a repair shop. I can't cook either. Start by finding a comfortable armchair. Oh, we're doing like tutorial stuff. Alright. That's what we can do. It's a tiny little reading nook. Let's do, let's actually do something nice and fluffy. Nice and comfortable. Let's add a few decorative cushions to make the reading nook extra inviting. Okay. There are cushions. Where are there cushions? Is that accessories? No. Is it in beds? Oh, this look to be like fluffy pillows. Oh, and hammocks. Ooh, that's also an option. Small side table next to chair for a cup of tea or coffee. Small side table. Okay, I can do that. It's actually quite a large table. What about a smaller? Actually, are these smaller? Yeah, those are smaller. Adding a floor lamp for reading light. Place some books on a nearby bookshelf to complete the reading nook. Okay. Some books. I unlock new items. I can do that? When I can do that? Oh, what? Okay. Alright, back to the menu. So when I do that, I get new items. Okay. Alright, I am garage to home cinema. Let's do art studio. Honestly, something where I have like a repair shop or something where I'm like, I don't know what this little like doodad does, but it sure does do its best. I'll sell it to you for a cup of coffee and a nice shiny coin. And I'll be like, sold. To a vibrant art studio. Some water leaks just need to mop the puddles. Oh, that's what these puddles are? I can clean. I just cleaned. Oh my god. Okay, I need an easel to paint on. Yeah, I sure do. I sure do. So that's the new thing. Okay. The easel, I remember I saw it earlier. Is it accessories? Yes. It was. A table. I want it to be a decently tall table, so I don't have to bend over. Natural light, how we install a large window. Okay. I'm actually gonna add 2 windows and then some art. That's gonna be wall decoration. I like the size of that one. Some plants. I can do that. Fun fact, I am terrible at keeping plants alive. Terrible, but I love the way they look. They just will not survive if they are near me. Legendary. Ooh, new item. Let's straighten this rug out. Or I guess we won't straighten the rug out. Guess it's just like that. Okay. I will put some art on these. Beautiful, amazing, fantastic, gorgeous. Ooh, a gamer room. The plates I have on my desk are two plastic ones, and one died because I knocked it over when I pulled a curtain. Oh no! Oh no! My grandmother really is, we call her like the plant whisperer. Growing up, when any of our plants had an issue, we'd take it to her and she'd be like, I got this. Don't even worry about it. And then we'd get it back in like a week and it was like the healthiest it's ever been. We're like, how did you do that? And she was like, just, you know, took care of it. We're like, how did you have it? Her favorite thing is orchids. So she just has a bunch of orchids, and orchids are like notoriously hard to keep alive because they're very picky. Like, they want wet soil, but also not too wet because then it'll start to rot. They want like a certain amount of sunlight. They want like a certain type of humidity. They are so picky, and she is like fine-tuned to it. She like rinses them. She'll like put like soak them in water for a while, and then she'll like change out like the soil and like make sure the substrate's okay. Like, she's like on top of it. And so whenever we had an issue with one of our plants, we'd give it to her and it would come back beautiful, and we'd have it for like 2 weeks, and then it started to die again, and we'd be like, okay, Granny, help. Again, haha, help. Because we'd be like watering it and stuff, and you know, like checking to see if the soil is still damp, and if it's not, then you add water and you keep it on a schedule and you get sunlight. But it's just whatever it is that she does, it's just, it works. She probably has like at least 12 orchids in front of, she has like this, she has her kitchen that has like a little dining area as like a part of it. It's like a little breakfast nook, basically. It's like a little small part of the room, but it's covered with windows. And it's like her little breakfast nook, and then it's just surrounded by orchids. They're in every windowsill. There's like these little like specialty dividers underneath where you pour water, that way it slowly evaporates and it creates the humidity that they need. She is a forest fairy. She is. So anything we get her, like anytime I see anything orchids, I'm like, that's Granny. That's my Granny right there. Her and her orchids. And then now with cats, like, we definitely don't have any plants in the house because they'll eat them. They'll go, ooh, yummy. Orchids, no. Orchids. The flower. My grandmother's really good at keeping orchids, the flower, alive. Imagine if she was surrounded by orcas. I just like dropped that, like, lore drop, my grandmother's surrounded by orcas. That would be a threat, I think. But so yeah, I cannot keep any plants alive. She is the one person in the whole family that can keep plants alive. And I think she took all of our abilities for having any sort of green thumb, and she just like slurped it up, and it's just concentrated in her, and none of it trickled down. None of it went to my mom, none of it went to me. She was just like, has like hoarded it all, and that is fine. Fine by me. I will stick to plastic plants. Because I have to be especially careful because Sushi likes to chew leaves. She loves leaves more than meat, in fact. Some of her favorite foods are spinach and lettuce. Like, you just rinse it off a little bit so it's a little bit, like, wet. She goes crazy for it. I mean, bonkers. So anything we had in the house with any sort of leaf on it, she will be trying to eat. I just know it. First, let's get rid of the laptop. Oh, I'm yawning so badly. I don't have any caffeine up here with me. And I'm on my period. It's just bing bang boom. Okay. The desk also has to go. Okay. And then we'll also get rid of the chair. Alright, we want a large desk. Okay. Is that large enough? 2 monitors. Alright, where? Okay, electronics. Wow, they just have like arcade machines. I wonder what that is. Crazy. Where are... It doesn't quite fit on the desk, it's fine. Comfy desk chair. Got it. This looks like a gamer's chair. Incredible skills. Thank you. I unlocked PC. Yay. Go ahead and save that. Turn to the menu. Camper renovation. Okay. Now I understand why the fungus took over your head. I got sick, a cold, I hope. Oh, I am so sorry. Hope you feel better. I had food poisoning, last week. Technically, well, no, technically it's Monday now for me, because 1:15 in the morning. So last week I had food poisoning, and so stream ended very abruptly because I suddenly did not feel good. And then there was no stream last night because my period had me like comatose all day. And now I don't have any caffeine. I am just doing my best. Been in hibernation since the disco era. Okay, let's get rid of those cobwebs. Beautiful. Now we need a vacuum. And then we need to rip out the kitchen. Seen better days, it's better to start fresh. Get rid of that pot too. Get rid of that. Alright. Add some kitchen cabinets and don't forget a sink. Alright. That looks like a sink if I've seen one. Let's plop that right there. Alright, I'm already gonna have to... Let me just, there we go. Select all of that. Put that like right there, put this right here, put that in the corner. And I really want a corner piece. Why does that not have a lip, but everything else has a lip? Hold on, this is gonna... You know what? This doesn't have to bother me. This doesn't have to bother me. I can just... squish that all the way back. Let's... Let's just put that bad bitch in there. So the color difference will bother me forever. How is this not the same shade of white? What? Like, that's a different shade of white. What? Huh? You know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They're all different shades of what? I don't understand. Modest spirit wall. So, fun fact, I do not have an L desk, but I kind of made one. I have my desk here. I'm motioning with my hands, but you can't see it. And then to my left, I have my sewing machine, which is actually from an old school yard sale, basically. It's a sewing machine that's been built into a table from an old home ec class. And it was from a school that I used to go to, and they gutted it and rebuilt it after I left. So I did not get the cool, fancy, very nice school without like asbestos in the ceiling. And so I have this old home ec table that's ridiculously heavy. This thing's like solid wood, positioned like perpendicular, so it's basically an L-shaped desk. It's basically an L-shaped desk, and that's when the cats aren't laying either in my little couch behind me or in the giant dog bed in front of me. There's a little fluffy pad on top of the desk here on the L end, and that's where they'll lay. Piper especially likes to be up there, and then she'll come over and bite at my fingers if I don't pet her. She's great. Also need something to cook on, so let's add a stove. Okay, well that's a sink. Where would... Which of these looks like a stove? None of this looks like a stove to me. Is it in electronics? Kitchen appliances? Oh, there's a stove. I can add a stove top, basically. Alright. Beautiful. And then just make sure to add in a table. Also, I'm gonna add a faucet to my sink. I feel like that's probably important. And also, I'm going above and beyond for this request, even though I don't need to. I really want to add a little window. Like a small window. Why is this so hard? Yeah, like something small like that. Just a little small window that just also happens to be in the camper. Perfect. All right, table. Little table. Let's do that. Couple of chairs. Let's do 2. This feels nice and comfy in here. Let's do that. So good. Yeah. Oh, I unlocked camper. I think. It's in electron. Oh, no, it's not in electronics. It's just like a different start, I suppose. And if I went into electronics, not electronics, kitchen appliances. Ignore that giant gap. Bada bing, bada boom. That's everything you need. It's everything you need right there. Beautiful. Ta-da! Save that. Back to the menu. What other else do we have? Bought my desk from a carpenter who literally had his house and worked on near forest, the best purchase of my life. That is amazing. I didn't know that was an option. I love that. I love that so much. I know what garage to home cinema is. Alright, we gotta tidy up first. And then vacuum. And then some cobwebs. Okay. Then we need to get rid of the boxes. I guess we're not gonna unpack them, huh? It's just, ta-da! I'm gonna get rid of the boxes. We don't need to see what's in them, just chuck them. This gap is specifically designed, all the dirt from the stucco falls there. It's all those crumbs that you're trying to like clean off the top of the counter. You just kind of shove them in that corner. It's fine. Like the little kind of like the very tiny gap between the counter and the stove. Don't worry about it. Don't even worry about it. It disappears when it goes in there. It dissolves. Never to be seen again. Like the dryer and socks. Couches would be in the sofa spot. Comfy. What's a cinema without a colossal TV screen? Alright. Got any TV with stands? Yeah. Ooh. Okay, this is kind of sad. This needs to be on the table. Okay, that's a little bit better. That's a little bit better. A bonus chair with a cozy headrest for maximum comfort. Yeah, okay. You want a chair with a headrest in particular. Like not like an armchair? You specifically, okay. What about a rock? No. What about a chair like that? That doesn't count. Okay. What kind of chair are we feeling? Like a... It's a cozy headrest. Does the cat chair count? No, it doesn't. I will hydrate. If realistic, the chair would have to be made of plastic and the TV would be on the floor. It would. Oh my god, it would. What about this? No, that doesn't count. Literally the last bit of water in my cup. Okay, did they just mean armchair? Is that what they meant? Okay, they meant like a recliner. Okay. That's it. That's peak space. I'm gonna hang this on the wall. I'm gonna turn that on. Beautiful. Gorgeous. Amazing. You can't get to this bottom part down here, but don't worry about it. Let's just plop that in there. Alright. Cat paradise. Sign me the fuck up. Let's find a comfy couch for the cats. Okay, well obviously the cats are getting this couch. And some shelves for them to jump on. Wall decorations. And then a table for them. Not desk. And then let's bring in 4 cats. Sir, yes sir. Let's put a cat on the couch. Cat snoozing up here. And then a cat standing on the table. They cannot be contained. Oh, amazing. They have cat hammocks? Okay, hold on. Putting a cat, sleeping in the cat hammock. Nori loves cat hammocks. Oh my god, make the sofa the size of the cat. Fucking on it. Oh my god, I love the way your brain works. I'm gonna make a small little mini one over here. Let's put it right here underneath this window, and then I'm gonna make it a little bit wider so they can lounge comfortably on it. Perfect. Perfect. Amazing. Fantastic. You know what? I'll give him a ball of yarn as well. Amazing. Perfect. Fantastic. Stunning. Alright. Actually, you know what? One last thing that needs to go in there. The cat chair needs to go in there. I feel like that is important. Here we go. Got their cat chair. Now it can be saved. Oh, I like the way they use the trellis. Let's get rid of those mushrooms in the flower bed. Oh. Oops. That's not what I meant to do. I don't think we need to get rid of the mushrooms, but that's fine. Add some flowers to the flower bread just to brighten it up. Got it. Flowers 1, flowers 2, 3, and 4. I set 2 comfortable chairs for outdoor use. Alright. What about benches? Will you accept benches? Let's see if they'll accept benches as a comfortable outdoor chair. No, not even a little bit. Okay, what about... Okay, this counts. Cool. Table to put down glasses of lemonade. Thinking like a low... circle. Place a few glasses. These look like glasses to me. I was right. We should plant a tree in our little garden. But where would we plant a tree? It's all stone. But I mean, yeah, I'm gonna do it, obviously. Just plop that shit in the stone. What I'm gonna do is move some of this around. And then put this tree down. There we go. Alright. That's what I'm talking about. And we got a new thing. And accessories, I think. Oh, is that not? Weird. It's a watering can. Okay, I don't know where it went. Vampires welcome. Ooh, I'm excited for this. A cactus. Oh, you know what? That would have... Yeah. Yeah. That would have been way better. It's much too bright in here. Can you please remove the windows? Yeah. I'd still have to see my victim, I mean friend. Can you add a lamp or two? Okay, you have candles though. Is that not enough light? What kind of lamp are we feeling? I don't think it'll matter. Let's plop one in here, and then I guess one over here. And then I need a cat. Cat is on the couch. Now place a mirror somewhere for dramatic effect. What? We don't do that here. She hadn't put things in the ceiling because the chandelier would look great in that room. See, there are actually chandeliers. But I can either put them directly on the edge where they then cut through the walls. Or I guess... Oh, if I do it from above. Okay, if I do it from above. I thought I would have to put some sort of like beam down and then like line it up and then get rid of the beams. We can do that. We can do that. I'm personally not a fan of these lamps. I think the chandelier is much better. Do a mirror. choose wall decoration, I want to say. Perfect. Ooh, new item. Is that a pet? No, that was a cat. Tower. Is that a wall decoration? Oh, it is a wall decorate. Wow, that's quite large. We'll plop that on there. Yeah. I'll also get rid of these boxes. That way it's nice and cozy. I do appreciate that the plant back here is completely dead. That's my house right there. Can I not turn on like a fire? Oh wait, no, there's a fire effect. There's a fire effect. I can put fire in here. Okay, let me set the floor on fire for a second. While I adjust the flame here. There we go. I don't like that you can see the light through the walls. Feels kind of weird to me. But we got a fire going, we got that going. I changed the... Oh, I was hoping I could add like a texture to this and make it like stone. Ooh, any coffins? That's a good idea. That is a good question. Let's check accessories first. I see gravestones. Any. Let's try beds. These are headboards. Hammock. Blanket. Wall? Just maybe? I don't see any coffins, which is rather infuriating. Just look up often. I get coffee. I get coffee tables. Museum vampire. What about Halloween? Anything with the Halloween tag? A lot of very cute pumpkins. Candy corn, a witch's hat. Broken mirror. I think these are supposed to be hay bales. I am not sure. It's quite late now. All good, all good. You go get some rest. Enjoy your night if it's nighttime. Thank you so much for stopping by. Whoa, wow, that is a large pumpkin. I'm putting it in there. And there's no light though. Oh, I was hoping there'd be a light inside. I just put a light inside the lantern. But it's not hollow, so nothing comes through the eyes, but, you know. It's thought that counts. Also, these tiny tea lights weren't on, so now they're on. Nice and cozy, actually. Alright, we'll go ahead and save that. Oh, so when they say custom, they mean custom. Oh, this is how I make custom pieces. Is that, I think this is how this works. Okay, well, obviously, I need to start with trying to make a coffin. And all the little details I can add on. Oh, I can make so many different types of like trees and stuff. Just bits and pieces. Whoa! My god. Okay. Alright, my coffin's like that, and then there, and then here. Thankfully there's grid lines, which I am so grateful for. Alright, let's start with not quite what I was expecting. Looking for sharp edges, I think. Ooh, yes. Well, I said, ooh, yes, a little too quickly, so let's see how this looks. Let's plop that right there, like so. Make this as small as it goes. And then we are going to stretch. Let's see here, half, and here. And then probably to like here-ish, I think. Think where that's gonna be. Grab another one of these. There on that side. Do I have a triangle? I do have a triangle. Not quite the triangle I was looking for. Is there another triangle? Do they not just have a basic... Is this the only triangle? Is this my whole option? that's not working. What about shapes. Wish I could just fill something in. Oh wait, hold on, I'm so silly. What if I just... What if I just did that? What if I just did a little haha funny? No? I just did a little... This is not wanting to snap. Snap size. If we did, fine. What if no snapping? Ooh, that's better. All right. Okay, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. All right. You're getting somewhere. And then this actually needs to be much longer. Let's do I only have undo removal? Is it the only option? Let's make it like that long. The hard part is going to be filling all of that in. Is there any way that I can like combine that? No. Ooh. Okay. Line this side. Okay, seems close. And then I'm just going to squish that. Squish that in there. Then wrong one. I just plop that down there. And then I wish I could just like transform this easily. That little corner's gonna bother me. Let me just scoot that down. Okay. All right, that's a somewhat coffin-y shape. Select all of that. We're gonna lock it. There we go. I can no longer click on it. Perfect. And now I want to trace the edges. There's a mustache stamp for some reason. It's 2016? What? Alright. Planks and rods. Let's start with planks. And we're just gonna bend all of that to the interior. We're just gonna very, very basic, like, blocking. None of this needs to be perfect. Okay, that seems to be about decent for me. Now let's shorten these. Alright, this edge is gonna bother me. The main hard part is I don't know how I can make these angles exact, basically. They can at least, you know, be close. Alright, and then let's add snapping to this now. So we're gonna bring this up, snap it to that. I don't know if 1.2 is really the height. Like if this feels kind of too tall, dare I say. But I think we can make it work. I think this is something we can make work. Alright, so that's, you know, it's a sort of coffin shape. It's a little bit bulky. I feel like it could be squished a little bit more. but it is what it is. Reference size? None. It just is what it is. Let's unlock all of that. I wish there was a key. A hotkey for locking and unlocking. You know what? There might be. There may actually be one. I'll have to check. Alright. So everything that's left should be all these white pieces inside. And I am going to just set that over there. And then relock all of that. Just gonna put this up here in level 3. Let's... I wish I could also align the gizmo. I want the hinge right here to be right here and not everywhere else. Alright, let's move. Oh, fuck me. Okay. Shit! Oh, it's gone! Okay. This is fine. This is fine. Are there hotkeys for unlocking and locking? No. There's absolutely no hotkeys whatsoever. I want there to be hotkeys. I can also export a 3D model. Oh, that's sick as fuck, actually. Okay. Cool. Okay. We're gonna have to start by unlocking everything. This is kind of scary. Alright. Lock. Lock. I want there to be hotkeys so bad. Maybe one day there will be hotkeys. Okay, means it should just be this now. I'm gonna copy that. We're gonna put this up on the 3rd level. Kind of line up the edge a little bit. Just kind of line it up by eye. Now, back on level... Oh. On level 1, all of those, I'm also trying to lock. Okay, make sure everything else is locked, not going anywhere. All right. And then we have just the quote-unquote lid, which should actually be a little bit... No, it's the right size because it actually goes over the edge here, so... Gizmo. I wish I could move the gizmo. I want to line it right here. That's not even an option, is it? No. Okay. I do 45 degrees. Take this. I want all of this to just be up here on level 3. I don't... Oh, do I need to put it here? Okay. Oh, no, but that's still... What the fuck? Why are we... What? I didn't want it there. I want it to be up on level 3. Okay, you know what? You know what I can do? I can kind of cheat it a little bit. Alright, I'm gonna put it so it's just kind of touching right there. Like through the edge. And then... Nope. And then... Oh my god. And then... I'm just gonna scoot this bad bitch up. I'm just gonna scoot up a little bit. I don't want any snapping right now. Alright, it seems to look good. Alright. There we go. Turn snapping back to default. Oh! We have ourselves a lid. We're gonna lock all of that now. Everything's locked. Nothing should be selectable. Thank goodness. And then I want some pillows. We're gonna get some nice fucking pillows in here. I want something nice to lay on. Just like pillow after pillow. Take that. I'm gonna actually tilt it up a little bit. Okay, let's just put this right here. I even feel like padding the edges may not be a bad idea either. We're just gonna... Alright, we'll add a little bit of padding. I don't know if it really needs it. We'll see. Okay. Absolutely no snapping whatsoever while I... Make that so much longer. Extrude that a little bit. I'm gonna actually scoot this down just a hair. Swoop. There we go. Gonna duplicate that as well. Just about 90 degrees. And stick that against the back wall. It's actually sticking through the ground. So I'm going to just shorten that up a little bit. Duplicate that. I don't know why it has to go halfway. Why can't it not just go normal? Nope, nope, not expand. We're not doing that. Putting that there. Okay, so like this can actually go upwards a little bit more. And then get stretched just a hair. It's not even quite in the back. Which may bother me a little bit, but you know what? We'll make do. We'll make do. I'm gonna... Come on. Where? Okay. Some of these angles I've really been eyeballing really well. I just, you know, wanna pay attention to how bad of a bitch I am with that. Not too far. Just a little. Alright, let me scoot this. Just a smidge. And then we will go ahead and copy that. I'm not sure how I feel about the lid. I may change the direction of the lid. But right now, this is what I got. Right now, that's what I got. I feel like it could be more ornate. Trying to add some sort of the crown molding sounds like a bad idea. You know, I have a feeling the hinge wouldn't be here anyway. I feel like the hinge would actually be this entire side instead. Hi, CBM! Hello, hello! I'm, creating a coffin. The fact that there's only an unlock all button and not a just like a right click or something to unlock certain pieces. Why for are we doing so? So I'm playing MakeRoom, which is a game about designing rooms and like designing like interiors and like exteriors like gardens and stuff. And I did a vampire room, and there was absolutely nothing like actually like vampy in it, and someone suggested, oh, what about a coffin? And then I realized you can make custom objects, so I just designed a coffin. And I'm not sure how I feel about the lid. I'm thinking about taking the lid just like off, because I feel like it could be like way more modular without the lid. But at the same time, the lid is kind of cool. I would just have to relock every single piece so I can unlock this and then turn it so this hinge is now on this straight line instead. Ooh. Okay. I also need to figure out colors. I think the colors are gonna be basic, like black and red. Black exterior, red interior. If I had some sort of like drapery I could put on this, it'd be on there. Alas, I do not have access to that. I have access to a mustache, and a kind of Google Maps symbol. Alright, I'm gonna do it. Unlock all. All the pieces are unlocked. And I am now going to lock all of the other pieces that I can. Oh, are they all? Oh, they are scooting through the bottom though. I don't want them scooting through the bottom. Okay, hold on. Now I have to unlock all again. don't want it going through the bottom. I can't really get like actually even with the bottom, so I'm just hoping that's everything that's trying to clip through the bottom. Alright, all that. Let's lock. Make sure all the pieces got locked. It looks like it. Okay. Now let's go up to level 3. And then absolutely... Okay, we're actually gonna take that off. No snapping whatsoever. And I can't put them in layers either, so... Those are all stuck together. Now I'm gonna... Fuck. I'm gonna attempt this gizmo. I had the lid closed. Alright. I don't know if I'll be able to because the hinge of everything is in the middle, quote unquote. It hinges. I'm making air quotation marks with my fingers. In the middle of the piece. I can't like move the gizmo around. The fuck is that or toolbar? What? And like those are my options. I can't. Oh, I wish I could snap it to an edge and then move it. Oh, please, I have so many critiques. Okay. Alright, we're just gonna scream a little bit, I think. And then I'll feel better. I think we're going to do a very small amount. So if we do it like right... I sure wish it would, you know, connect like I wanted to, but... Let's just pretend. And then we're gonna scoot it up. Scoot. Alright, that, you know, I kind of fuck with that. I do kind of fuck with that. Okay. I'm thinking that. And then let's lock that as well. And then we're just gonna do a thin, maybe thinner than that. Yeah. Little hole right there. Why does this seem to not match? Okay. And now, oops. It's just... That doesn't match at all. It has to be on a slant. It's gonna have to be on a slant. Amazing. All right, and then we're gonna copy this. Stick that. I want this over just a hair. There we go. Stick that bad bitch on there like that. We'll just ignore the fact that it's totally opening on the wrong hinge. This feels very not sturdy whatsoever. But you know, it'll do. For this, it'll do. Alright, and we're gonna swap it to black. Oh, whoopsie. Oops. Shit. Fuck. Okay. Oh my god. Okay, that works. Okay, and then we need to unlock everything. Everything. Because this is just made of a bunch of little pieces that I have stuck together. And it worked. I also wish I had an autofill button. That would also make me happy. Alright. Black. The top is black. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and just... Okay, we're just gonna lock that. We're gonna lock that as well, and lock that. And then the entirety of the bottom pieces are also going to be black. All of this is... Ooh, I can do more. Okay, but I don't want the... You know what? I can work with it. I can work with it. I can work around it. We turn all of this... Oh, I can't just color all of it at once? Oh, I got so excited. Yeah, it's the only way that makes sense, being able to change which edges are locked together without making it more screwy looking. Ah. Okay. We can do this bit by bit. This is fine. Black. My finger's actually starting to hurt from how intensely I'm holding my mouse. I don't know if it's good for me or not. Set that on there. Interior, red. That is the plan. Red. Oh, I don't have a color droplet. A color dropper for this. I don't have all of the color options. I can only go with standard for some reason. Everything else I can color and dye, but not custom pieces. That is so sad. Alright. So I was really thinking like a little bit more of a darker red, but okay. You know what? We make do. there's my coffin. I wish that line down here wasn't so noticeable. But I don't feel like shortening every other piece that I have and then lengthening this so it's all one piece. Blood red would make more sense. Exactly! If I had some sort of like pretty filigree that wouldn't take me 9 billion years, I would, you know? I'd put that down. But with custom pieces, I am very, very limited to my options. So I think that's probably good enough right now. I wish I could put some sort of like motif on the front. Mustache, here lies Markiplier. But I also don't want to have to put it on that angle because it's not going to snap to it. And I would lose my marbles. Alright, save. I wish I could name this. I do like that I can export the 3D model. I do like that quite a bit. So it's just called slot 0. I wish I... Can I not name it? Okay. Well, that aside, let's return to menu. If I went back to the Vampire's Welcome page... Oh, they're making me completely redo it. Can I... Oh, thank goodness. I can actually just hit delete instead of... I can select them, then delete. Can I add a lamp or two? Yes, but let me add rid of these boxes. Get rid of these boxes. We are going to add a lamp. I wonder if this counts as a lamp. It doesn't. It actually doesn't count as a lamp. That is the funniest fucking thing. Neither does that. Okay. Standing lamp it is. That looks awful. I'm getting rid of it. Cat. Of course I'm gonna add a cat. Just a sleepy cat right here on the couch. And then a mirror. But I know they really want the dramatic mirror. The broken one. And then I'm gonna add some fire effects. Down in here. Very pretty fire effects. I'm gonna turn on these candles. Let's move this out of the way. My custom items. Oh, my custom items in here. Look how massive it is. Look how huge. My god. Alright. Let's shrink this bad bitch. Let's plop that there. There we go. Not quite what I would call perfect. I think I would actually move some of this. I wonder if I can just do like shift. Oh, thank goodness, I can shift click to select multiple items at once. Thank goodness. And then shift click that and the candles, just scoot that over a little bit. The dead plant, I'm gonna scoot over here. And then this, I'm gonna actually scoot this in the corner and then move this entire fireplace. and the fire. I also need to move. Fire. Just... yeah, you know, close enough. And ta-da! Now we finally have a coffin. It's a dead plant. You know what? I'll put that in the corner of the room. Beautiful. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. And I'll put this on the new over the old one. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you! That was so much effort to get that made. It was clipping through the edge a little bit, so I had to fix that. Let me just resave. Ha! But those are like basic rooms that you start with. They're called requests. They're basically like little tutorials. But there's also a daily prompt. And today's prompt was Gray Messy Cafe, which I have already done for the day. Which, let me look at. So here was the Gray Messy Cafe that I created. I don't think it's half bad. And then this is one of my favorite rooms that I did completely from scratch with no prompt. It's the first thing I ever made in here in this entire game. Because it feels very out of place in a good way. I don't know how to describe it. Cafe looks like it's attached to an arboretum or a greenhouse. That would slap. That would slap. My thought was like, this would be like it was probably in like a city of some sort, and there'd be like the sidewalk outside, and these are like the front windows, and then you have your cat hanging out in the window while it rains, and it's all dreary out. And the sticky notes could be like little doodles left by patrons, or misspelled names by the baristas. Very cafe vibe. Little pops of green. Big fan. Big fan. I forgot I just hit open as well. So there's samples. There's I assume workshop means from the Steam workshop. But let's look at Apothecary Corner. Like, look at that. Oh, I like it. These are supposed to be pans, but when you paint them green, it kind of looks like they're leaves up there. Where do you get the little bottles from? I don't recognize those pieces yet. And a little window over there. Very pretty. There's just so many options. Family garage, forest picnic. So I've been having fun. I'm having a good time. It is a fun little game. But anyway, though, I am gonna go ahead and end the stream. It has been 3 hours. I haven't had any caffeine. I am so sleepy. I'm so sleepy. Oh, I may go lay down, actually. I may go take a nap. But anyway, this is so much fun and so relaxing, and just the music itself puts me to sleep. And I love designing interiors. And the fact that it's a game, I can just do what I love as a game. Yeah, sorry I have to end like as soon as you show up. I am so eepy. Also, my nail just broke. What the fuck? Rather rude of my nail to do. But anyway, tomorrow, aka tonight, as it's already almost 3 in the morning on Monday, I'm gonna play some more Fields of Mystria. I don't think the mic picks this up. I'm actually filing my fingernail right now. I'm gonna be playing some more Fields of Mystria because I have at least one more bug to find for the spring bug bundle. And I want those bundles completed. I want to find all the bugs. And the fact that it's a rare bug that doesn't come out very often, I have my work cut out for me. I can already tell. I can already tell. And I have more characters to romance. I got stuff to do. Anyway, so this has been a ton of fun. This is actually a game that I play in my spare time. I've only worked on that one room with all the trees in it. Delightful. Delightful game. I love just designing. This is what I do in The Sims, by the way. Whenever I play The Sims, I just spend the whole time decorating and creating pretty rooms. And then it's like, oh, your sim has to go off to work. And I'm like, I do not care. That is literally not what I'm here for. I just want to make my little houses. And so now I finally can do that in game form. Perfect. By the way, there's Steam achievements for this game, and there's 2 achievements in particular. One is sizing an item up as far as it'll go, and one is sizing an item down as far as it'll go. And I got both the first time I played it, because I was like, ooh, how far did the sliders go? Pretty big and pretty small. I love that. There's still boundaries that you have to design within, but the boundaries are far enough that you don't feel limited, if that makes sense. I think I've about fixed my nails. I just painted my nails red, and they are chipping like crazy. That's what I get for using an old polish, though. Anyway, I will see you all tomorrow, technically later today. Hopefully I won't be starting as late as I did last night, but either way, it'll be in the Discord, and you will also get a Twitch notification if you have followed me, so you can see when I go live and you can come bother me. Yippee! See you tomorrow. Hope everyone has a good Monday, or at least an okay Monday. I'll take okay too. Alrighty. Bye-bye!